Okay, welcome everyone. And thank you for joining me.
There's a great and a bloody fight round this whole world
We've
tonight.
got the
The battle of bombs and sweating.
yeah.
There's a great and a bloody fight round this whole world tonight. In the battle of bombs and shrapnel rain. Hitler told.
It didn't seem like a 1 minute clip that I clipped, but okay, we'll just remove that. And everybody, want to welcome you again to my stream. I'm going to be talking about what is Antifa and what it is not tonight. It's really concerning to me that we are being, people that are resisting this regime that's in charge right now are being labeled. Let's see here. The U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order designating Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. He has accused the group of recruiting, training, and radicalizing young Americans to engage in political violence, and has said federal law enforcement will be very threatening in going after the movement. Antifa is a loosely organized left movement that opposes far-right racists and fascist groups that have Trump has been long attracted to. And experts have questioned how the president will actually target the group, which lacks a distinct leader, membership list, or structure. In 2020, when the FBI Director Christopher Wray told Congress that Antifa was better defined as an ideology than as a formal organization. Antifa has remained a popular touchstone for some right-wing influences and politicians who argue that it is a key component of the left-wing network. They claim seeking to undermine the U.S. free speech and gun rights. Free speech, that's something. So, let me go back here. Go to my clips. I thought I had that up already. All right. I'm getting this information from the BBC, by the way, and I appreciate that. So what does Antifa stand for? Antifa is a short for anti-fascist. So it is a loose, leaderless affiliation of mostly far-left activists. The word Antifa comes from the German word antifascistisch, reference to German anti-fascist groups from the 1930s. While Antifa existence in the U.S. dates back decades, it rose in prominence following Trump's first election victory in 2016 and the far-right rally in Charlottesville in 2017, where various anti-fascist groups started to come together. Since then, the activists identifying with Antifa have routinely clashed with right-wing groups, both in heated arguments online and physical altercations across the U.S. The lack of a centralized organization means that Antifa cells tend to form organically, both online and offline, and its activists include anarchists, communists, and hardline socialists who broadly share anti-government, anti-capitalist, pro-LGBTQ, and pro-immigration views. But Antifa is sometimes used as a catch-all term by conservative politicians and commentators who include the other liberal left-wing groups they both politically object to. So, is is there a is there a faction of anti-fascists that maybe are more extreme? Probably. Um, are they organized? Probably not. Uh, I think, and this is my opinion, that America has always been against fascism. Why did we go over there in World War II to stop Hitler and his fascist movement? And I don't think it's un-American to be anti-fascist. I don't think anybody who actually gives it some thought would say, "Oh yeah, fascism is for me." I know there's a section of people out there that probably I don't know, embrace it. We have people out there running around in masks, and that is part of what fascists do when they try to take over a democracy. They go out and attack people and arrest them and make them disappear. Um, they also attacked the press. Um, they attacked universities and education. There's a list that you can find of how you could turn America into a fascist state. And if you go to Project 2025, you can tick off the things they're doing. I know a lot of Trump supporters feel like he is for them, but they need to stop and look at what he's doing. He's not keeping the promises he made. He's not lowering costs for people. And it seems like every move he makes is putting money in his pocket while everybody else is like, what the hell, man? I don't have any money. I can't afford groceries. I'm going to lose my health care. This isn't America first. This is Trump first. And I'm sorry, but he has fooled you guys. And he tells you that Antifa is this big, terrible thing, but we are fighting for your rights too. And I'm not for violence. I agree that I think that we should be able to go out there and peacefully protest. And October 18th, No King's Day, is a good time for everybody to get out there. But be peaceful. Don't engage with people that are being violent. And if you can avoid it, don't let ICE get a hold of you, for God's sakes. I mean, if you look at the protesters, they're out there in costumes and playing music and dancing, and then you pan over to ICE, and sometimes National Guard members, they're all geared up for a war and they've got guns. And you don't see the people protesting out there with guns and wearing black and masks and ready to fight them. We're just trying to exercise our First Amendment right to free speech, and we are not happy with this. What's going on in our country right now? Does Trump have the legal power to designate Antifa as a terrorist organization? Um, the U.S. government can designate a group of a foreign terror organization. The legal criteria for this states that the targeted group must be foreign, not domestic. So the State Department will list groups, branches of ISIS, and increasingly drug cartels from Latin America. These are foreign entities. Let's see. An FTO designation, I'm not sure what FTO stands for, means members of a group can be banned from the U.S. or removed from the country and gives the government power to seize funding and targeted donations. Let's talk a minute about donations. The Trump administration is saying that Act Blue is Antifa and therefore a terrorist organization. Now, Act Blue is a place where you can go donate to people who are running for office that are Democrats. That's all it is. It's not funding anything. It's very unclear how these powers could be extended to Antifa. Trump's executive order directs all executive departments and agencies to investigate, disrupt, and dismantle any illegal operations conducted by Antifa or supporters. Again, Antifa isn't an organized group, so it's kind of mind-boggling to me that oh dear, with some chat, witchy woman. Hey, sweetie. Okay, let's see if I can show that on the stage. It says if we had domestic terrorist laws, the Proud Boys, this is from Witchy Women, 3%ers, etc., would no longer exist. Done on purpose. Okay, yeah. If they were actually designated terrorists, I think, by Biden, if I'm right. And yeah, Witchy Woman, he does want to arrest everyone who marches. He wants to arrest anybody who doesn't have anything nice to say about him. So, yeah. Let's go back to this. Okay, it says the BBC asked the White House what this means in practice. There's no legal mechanism that I'm aware of that would formally establish any group as a domestic terrorist organization. Luke Baumgartner, a research fellow at George Washington University program on extremism, told them. Other legal experts who spoke to the BBC pointed out that free speech rights under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution could see Trump's efforts challenged. So there you go. Let's see. We've got Professor David Sanchez, director of the Triangle Center on Terrorism and Homeland Security at Duke University, said that the First Amendment protects the rights of association, which which encompasses the right of individuals to form groups, prohibits the government from interfering with the operations of these groups, unless, of course, they have violated the law. The president's designation of such a group as a major terrorist organization does not change that fundamental constitutional rights, those fundamental constitutional rights. Brad Evans, professor of political science at Bath University, warned that Antifa's lack of organizational structure and membership offers a remarkable opportunity to extend the government's remit and apply to anybody who may be assumed to belong to an organization that is ill-defined. It's hard for me to read. So, law scholars are saying this can't be done. It really irked me when I heard that they were just blanketly saying that anybody that protests is in a terrorist organization. I know so many people that go out there and protest. I got to put that up there. I know so many people that protest that they're not getting paid by anybody. They're not being sucked into some group, or they're doing this because we're trying to protect the rights of the American people. And the regime that's in power right now is trashing everybody's rights. They can just grab you off the street without no cause, without a warrant. They can arrest you and hold you for days. And if you're not a citizen, they don't give you a chance to continue on with your path to citizenship. They ship you out of the country, and they're not really particular where they send you. And they might send you to an awful holding place like Alligator Alcatraz or something, and keep you there indefinitely. You might not have your medication. You won't be fed well. You won't have water. You won't have privacy to even go to the bathroom. So, witchy woman, you're right. You can't belong to an organization that has no organization. So funny. It's so funny they're doing this stuff. I mean, it's not funny, but it's just like, okay, so this guy, Brad Evans, says this means that anybody suspected of belonging to Antifa would need to disprove their association. The dangers of overreach are really all too apparent. Let's see. Other experts question why Trump administration can't challenge Antifa under existing legislation tackling crimes like incitement to violence. Well, if you're out there committing violence, then maybe your rights. Maybe you should be arrested. I mean, I am not on board with violence in any way, shape, or form. And I just want to say that. So, why is the Trump administration targeting Antifa? Okay, this is not the first time that Trump has targeted Antifa. He said he would declare the group a terrorist organization in 2020, but did not follow through on this at the time. His latest intervention comes as part of a wider campaign against the radical left. I'm going to use air quotes there, following the Charlie Kirk killing. The authorities have said that Tyler Robinson, who was accused of Kirk's murder, had a leftist ideology, but have not provided much detail, and he has not been directly linked to Antifa. So, let's see. Professor Robert Pape from the University of Chicago said that recent years have seen historic highs in political assassinations and assassination attempts, with both Republican and Democratic politicians targeted. What you see in our data on what happens when a political leader blames one side for the violence, it produces more support for political violence, not left, he added. So there's that. Okay, we can take that out of there. What have you been doing, witchy woman? Singing out? Well, I heard that they've got some building in Virginia, and they're going through social media. They have people hired to go through social medias looking for Halloween decorations. I'm not decorating. I usually don't do that at Halloween. I don't even hand out candy. I just shut off my light. But I rarely, in all the time I've lived here, when I did have candy, nobody would come and knock on my door, and then I'd end up eating all the damn candy, or giving some of it away, of course. But a few years back, I just said, I'm not buying it anymore. It's expensive, and especially now. I was looking at it today, and I mean, wow, the prices have soared on candy. Yeah, I kind of just petered out my whole stream, so I'm just going to sit here and talk to people. I'm unhappy with a lot of things that are going on right now. The vindictive prosecutions of people. When Trump said, "I am your retribution," in one of his speech. Oh, nice, Witchy. He wasn't talking about mega retribution. He was talking. He has a list of people he wants to see damaged, and he's trying to do it. The court cases he's bringing are lame. The people he's hired to do them are lame, and the people that are being indicted are going to have the best lawyers. I mean, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money, and I can't believe they brought Doge in for waste, fraud, and abuse, and all we see is waste, fraud, and abuse out of this administration. To Trump's golf trips. I think we're in the millions and millions of dollars to pay for Trump's golf trips, and this $20 billion check we're going to send to Argentina. I mean, excuse me, why don't you give that money to our farmers, or put it somewhere where it could help people? Let's see here. Yeah, somebody hurt his feelings. Now he's going after him. I mean, the things he's trying to charge them with are things he's been charged with, indicted, and found guilty of. And he still kind of got off the hook on that. He doesn't have to pay the money that Letitia James said he owed. He didn't get in any trouble for stealing documents, classified documents, and taking him to his place in Mar-a-Lago. And then he, when he knew they wanted him back, he tried to hide him and keep him. I like your new name, Kimchi. Witchy. I think you've used it before. I don't know where Jolie is. She was supposed to be here modding for me tonight, but maybe she got busy. Um, Let me see if I can find something for us to look at. Oh, have you ever seen the Dangerous Ones? Or do you follow them? I love them. I don't know if I can share any of their content. Let me look and see. Um, I could probably share a clip of it, but it doesn't do clips. So let me go back. All right. Do you know who Heather Cox Richards is? I think I can show some clips of this. Can you hear that?
I'm not going to quote it accurately because I figured I would start with it, and so I would look at it again. And now but the questioner
on our way through
basically said, you people don't like Trump, and I think you're giving people false hope because, he's still in power. He's garnering all this power. He's creating all havoc, and you're giving people false hope, and it's not fair. And I want to be really clear about what I do and what I am trying to do. I'm not a journalist, and
let's move it forward.
Between ideas and practical politics. And one of the things that I've spent my entire career doing is saying that the ideas that the first faction and now the entire body of the Republican Party in ideas and practical politics. And one of the things that I've spent my entire career doing is saying that the ideas that the first faction and now the entire body of the Republican Party between.
Okay. Is it coming on choppy? Is that what you're saying, Jolie? The sound? I'm having trouble with my speakers. Uh-oh. I didn't take a nap, Jolie, because I was afraid I wouldn't wake up. Yeah, I'm having trouble with my speakers. They're kind of, every now and again, they're crackling. I think I'm going to have to buy new speakers soon. I was just going to do that without actually making clips. I might get in trouble for that. But if you follow Heather Cox Richardson, she has a lot of knowledge and a good way of explaining things. We've already been on a half hour, Jolie. I ran through I had some information from the BBC about fascism. Let's see. I want to go back and just put that picture of. I'm not going to play the music again. Oh, maybe again. Play that clip again.
Ain't nobody fight around this whole world tonight. In the battle, the bombs and the rain. Hitler told.
Early. That was a song from Woody Guthrie in protest days, and I just wanted to show. I don't know if you can see on his guitar what it says, but it says, "This machine kills fascists." Well, that's not. We don't want to kill anybody, but I thought it was kind of cool. I'll just take that off of there and get big again. He was in the song. He talks about how they were trying to kill off unions, and they're trying to do that now again too. And that's another lead into leads to fascism is shutting down unions. You gotta put a knee on the neck of working people. Which again, anybody out there who is still a Trump supporter, that's what Trump is trying to do right now. If you could recall, when he was campaigning, he went to, I think it was an auto shop in Wisconsin or Michigan, somewhere, and pretended to have a pro union speech or something in front of this place, and it turned out the place he was at wasn't even unionized. I mean, just fake, fake, fake. Every time you turn around, he's fake. And so I'm just like, I want people to get out there on Saturday and protest peacefully. We talked about that last Saturday, being safe. If you see anybody starting a fight, get away from them. If it happens right around you and ICE comes in, yeah, I agree totally. If ICE does come in, sit down. Don't agitate them in any way. Just be very peaceful when you're out there. It's paramount that we don't become violent in any way toward these people, because it's what they want. Crazy. Jolie says it's crazy how we just keep going around and round instead of forward, and I agree on that. Doing the same bullshit over and over again, exhausting. Yes, I mean, we already won the Civil War, people. And then Witchy is right. His core support is set. He has 1/3 who would lock up the 2/3 of his quarter for fascists or stupid people. Yeah, I don't think they can do it. I mean, they may try. They'll probably go after people that are more out there than people like me. I think I've got like 68 supporters or something, followers. So I'm not too worried, but you never know. My neighbor and I are both on housing, getting help with our rent. And my neighbor told me yesterday that she got a call from the landlord telling her rent is going up from $83 to $450. And I don't know why that would happen, but I'm worried. I think that they stopped the funding somehow, or and it's going to get really bad for people out there. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Jolie. Little nicotine gum under my cheek, in my cheek. Trying to slow down on my smoking. I don't know what I've over the years had mine go from like 90 to 160 or something in 1 year, even though nothing had changed, and I could never figure out how did they figure out I could pay that much more money. But I just don't know. And my landlord, I talked to him today about fixing the sink, and he didn't say anything to me about mine going up, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Right now, I'm just barely hanging on by the skin of my teeth or by my fingernails. So I'm a little worried. I figured out how to get some print on the screen today, Jolie. I think you missed it all. I pulled up a BBC article about fascism, and it was okay sometimes, but not okay some. But I could put it on here and scroll and highlight things like Liberal Dan does. That was a neat thing to figure out. Learning every day. Every week. Hopefully, if I can put a little more money into the stream, I can make it better. Let's see. I played guitar Saturday night on I think I saw that. Holding each of the 14 characteristics of fascism. I saw something about that today. Oh, you saw that on 21st Century? I saw, I don't remember who it was, but the guy was talking to a animated God character, and he was saying, yep, they're doing that too. He had a real Southern accent. I could probably find that if I look at my history. He's called Black Boot. Have you ever heard of him? I don't think I can share him without getting in trouble. But not for a second.
And I see the women and men's up on the TikToks saying that God talks to them all the time. But TV preachers, they always saying God to them, God talks to them and asking for money. Anyway, got these preachers that God talks. Got the House of Gilead, Commander Mike Thompson there. Moses says God talks to him all the time too. And so I got thinking on it, and I was like, well, why is God talking to these people all the time? You know, it don't seem like that's the kind of people God would want to hang out with. I mean, three things going on here. So one, these people are lying, and God ain't really talking to them. They're making up big old fat stories on God, is what they're doing. Or two, they're lying to God about who they are because they want to do terrible things to other human beings. You know, they want to get rid of people they don't like and stuff like that. I mean, rid of.
What did they show on 21st Century? Lucifer bought a chipmunk gopher, and it's skulking around under my dresser and creeping me out. Who is Lucifer? Lucifer brought in a chipmunk gopher. Gopher would be pretty big. Yeah. I guess we're all just going to have to do our best to keep putting. Oh, the fattest cat. I see. That's funny. My cats are both outside right now. They like it out there. I figured I'd let them hang out there until it gets nasty and cold. I think I'm going to have a guy come tomorrow and cut down my sunflowers. They're all dead. I hate it when my sunflowers die. It's like so sad. But it's that time of year when you gotta take everything out of the garden and tear down all the sunflowers and wait for the snow to blow. I'm supposed to be getting help on my rant. Yeah, thank you for the link, Julie. I like him. I think he's funny. I mean, at least it's comforting to know that there's some Southerners down there that aren't stupid enough to buy into the bullshit coming out of the White House. So shout out to Black Boot, I'm sorry. Black Boot Official. Don't be mad at me for showing your face on my stream because I was just trying to share with my friends that you're pretty cool. Don't sue me. Have you been subbed to him for a while? I just found him the other day. He did a skit about he was sorry for being so mean to the MAGA people, and so he was gonna spend one day walking in their shoes so he could more, identify with them better. And he talked about his day and how he got up and had to lay there and think of things to be really mad about. And he got up and went out to get the mail, and the mail lady was black, and he was really mad about that because it was probably a DEI hire. And he went in and complained to his wife about her, and he goes, my wife told me to shut the fuck up. I just was cracking up through this whole thing. It must be horrible to, really be that hateful all the time. Yeah, that was hilarious, Julie. You should check it out, Witchy, if you don't. If you haven't already. I sub to him. Sometimes it helps to find a little ironic humor in things. So, and he's really good at what he does. I don't think I could do what he does, but I have a fake background. It makes me look like I have a really nice house. I just thought I'd try it out because my house is so not pretty like that. I cut my hair tonight. Cut about 5 inches off of it. And I tried this thing. It's called the butterfly cut. And you take your hair from like down to here and go right behind your ears and pull all that hair forward. And you put it in a ponytail right here. And then you can, from there, pull out the hair and cut off what you want. And then you take all the back and you pile it on top of your head. And you you put it in a ponytail and pull that over and cut it even with your front hair. And you get this kind of, I don't know, layered effect or something. It was pretty easy, actually. I usually don't do all that. You did that, Witchy? I saw that online, and I thought, I'm just going to try that because it's kind of the way I wear my hair anyway, but I just did it differently. Like, I would pull my hair forward and do this thing, on both sides, and then do the backs and make it all even. But this seemed easier. Took me a lot less time. So I liked it. It's been a long day. I have a lady that comes in to help me once a week through my Medicaid. And I got her to help me with taking pictures of all the clothes I'm going to put up on Poshmark. So tomorrow I'm going to be loading all that up to my closet. You still have my Poshmark link, Jolie? You can put that up at the end or something if you want. Kenneth Otto, that sounds familiar. Didn't something happen to him? He was the guy that was in Korea, right? No. Who's Kenneth Otto? sounds familiar. Let's hide that one. Here I am with a piece of nicotine gum in my mouth, and I'm smoking a cigarette. This is not helping. Damn it. Freedom Speech and You. He died about a year ago. Used to be at Hal's all the time. Oh, I don't think I saw his podcast. That's too bad he passed away. It must be hard to not to pass away right now when everything's so crazy. I want to live long enough to see our democracy return and flourish. Who's John G? John G. Why the hell don't I know these names? I don't know. That sounds familiar. John G. Remember John Owen? Oh, okay. That's why I know his name. I keep missing 21st Century for some reason. I don't know if I'm not getting the notifications, or maybe I'm just busy at the time they're on. I do appreciate them very much. They've got a really good show on. Benny Loco is very cool. What happened with Wheezy? Is that what we called her? Wheezy? Did she marry that other guy, or catch me up on all the gossip? Is it Wheezy? I don't know if that's right. She was on the show as part of the crew. Thanks, Jolie, for putting that up there. I know they're on it, aren't they? Let's put that up there. I wish I had a support crew to do all the technical stuff while I just could sit here and do my thing, but I have to do it all alone. Poor pitiful me. I actually enjoy it though. I've been learning a lot. I mean, I've only been doing this for a couple months, and I went from having like somewhere about 25 followers on YouTube to 68 already. So yeah, I'll get better and better as it goes, won't I, Jolie? I am figuring it out. I did it all on my own. Hardly any help. Laura helped me. Laura Malcolm from LMTV Live. Give her a shout out. TV2's been helpful a little bit. And I really loved having Liberal Dan drop in last week. That was kind of cool. I'd like to have Liberal Dan on as a guest. Bigger ovaries than you? I don't think so. I'm an old lady. What are they going to do to me? I'm clearly nonviolent. I'm not involved with any groups that they're labeling, except, well, I did donate to Act Blue, but I don't give them any money anymore because they lost the election, and I figured I'm broke and I can't continue paying that money every month, you know. They should be paying me for all the support and all the things I do. But they don't. They don't pay me anything. Just to be clear, I'm not accepting money from any group. It's hilarious. These people are ridiculous with their um, rhetoric. Just like this whole shutdown thing. They're that the Democrats shut down the government because they want to be able to health care to immigrants. We want our health care to continue. And FYI, if you're an immigrant, you can't get Medicare or Medicaid. The only thing you can do is if you're in really bad straits, you can go to an emergency room and they may help you with that bill. But other than that, they don't have health care. And I think that's humane. If you're living in our country and working and paying taxes and you get hit by a car or had a heart attack or whatever, you should be able to get some health care. I mean, it's the only humane thing to do. So I see Laura every night. She streams about 5 o'clock or at 5 from 5 to 7, and then she still does her Sunday stream, and I think that starts at 6. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, now illegal Chinese sites. Rachel Maddow is 6 years plus. She's gonna be airing her new documentary this Friday, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's see what you got to say here. The lies become so ludicrous. Yes, I think they are in active denial psychosis or psychosis. I wanted to do this stream just so I could say to these people, do you know what Antifa is? What it means? Break it down. Anti, that means against, and fa means fascist. So if you're Antifa, you're against fascism. And if they thought about it, they're probably against it too. But even even that, they don't realize or some they're being led down a really rotten path, you know. And I think that this whole thing is going to fail for them. And when it does, all these people around him are going to start going to jail and losing. Is that when you met us? Weren't you around when Curly was streaming like 10 years ago or 9 years ago? She was really good at streaming live streams and not getting in trouble. If she did get taken down, she could find another source right away and get them right back. Yeah, we've been friends for a long time, all of us. I met Jolie when I went to Liberal Dan's stream, and that's been about, 3 years, Jolie? 2 years? 3, probably. I like his stream. Yeah. Jan Morgan, yeah, she's cool. I see her in other streams from time to time. Hang on a second. I'm going to put something up while I blow my nose. Probably turn off my mic too. Okay. I didn't want to put you guys through that. Been having kind of allergies today. My eyes are itchy and my nose is kind of drippy. But I got a lot done today. Got up early. Been doing shit all day. It's kind of uncommon for me because a lot of times I don't do that. And I just like get up at noon, feed all the animals, take them all outside, take my meds, and go back to bed for a while. Such is life, you know. So many good people we've met over the years, all thinking the same thing, like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? I just hope we can keep pushing. I'm really looking forward to the the protests on Saturday. I think it's going to be huge. I think Trump will go down to the bunker again. He'll be so scared. I miss Curly. I followed her for a while. I don't see her anymore, but she was making candles and selling them and stuff. She's so cool. Jolie, did you know Curly or go to Curly's streams back in the day? So a few things that I thought was funny as hell this week that I saw was JD Vance was on a new show. Do you guys remember who was doing the show? And he was lying about the shutdown, and the newscaster like just cut him off. Like, you know, he wouldn't answer his question, and he got pissed off, so the newscaster just shut him up. I thought, way to go. You know, if they're going to sit there and lie, Stephanopoulos, yes, that was right. If you're going to sit here on our news station and blatantly lie, we're just going to cut you off. We need to see more of that. We definitely do. Yeah, I follow Legal AF to get a lot of the legal news updates, and there's certain places I go. I really love Heather Cox Richardson. I think I love her so much because she explains everything in a historical perspective. Yes, we have a few brave journalists. She actually said on her show, on one of her shows this week, Heather did, I am Antifa. And I thought, way to go, Heather, because we're anti-fascist. That's not a bad thing. It may be for them, but we're not radical. We don't go out and cruise the streets dressed like crazy people in armor and guns and all that. So, you know, I don't know. I think that if they try to start arresting a bunch of people, they're going to get laughed out of court over and over and over again, unless someone actually did something violent, you know. I think I'm worried about this Saturday is, you know, just like they did during the Black Lives Matter protests, there were agitators that went in and tried to start fights and, you know, broke windows and things like that. I haven't been seeing any of that. Have you guys seen anybody do anything untoward? I haven't seen anything. All I've seen is a lot of very sad videos of people crying and being wrestled to the ground and children crying, and that breaks my heart. I saw one this week where a mother and two kids and the husband were in an ice, not ice, but they went to go to their hearing, and of course immediately they cut him off and arrested him right in front of his kids. And there was a woman with them, I think probably some sort of support woman. And she was hugging him, and the babies were just crying, and it just broke my heart. How can you be a human being and think that this is okay? My great grandpappy. I like that. Yeah. Well, I was hoping more people would drop by. I put the word out, but it's late. It's already 10 o'clock here, which means it's later somewhere. And I kind of said all I had to say for today. I'm so glad you came, Witchy and Jolie. I didn't have to sit here and talk to myself for an hour. Oh yeah, I put a notice out, Witchy, that I couldn't stream Sunday night, and so this is my actual stream for Sunday night. Right wingers, that's right, Jolie. Me too. I haven't seen any footage of anybody being violent. If I had a banana costume or some kind of big costume, I'd put it on, go out there and hang out. Let me see if I can find my no kings. I showed this last Saturday. This was a painting I did, but then I took it over to Canva and repainted it with a marker. And I thought it turned out pretty good. I want to go take this image and have it put on a big poster. What do you guys think? Damn cigarette. Say that. That's funny, Witchy. Yeah, I haven't seen any protesters doing anything bad. And I really, if you're listening to this, if you're out there, please just be peaceful, have fun, enjoy some music, take some water and snacks with you. If you have a burner phone, use that instead of your real phone in case you get swept up or something. You don't want them having a hold of your phone. And I think it's going to be a great day. If the batteries come for my scooter in time, I'm going to go out and film our protests here. But I don't know if we'll get them on time. I ordered them on Sunday and they shipped yesterday, I hope. So I'm really looking forward to Rachel Maddow's thing on Friday. I think that's going to be really cool. What was it called? The guy's name, and then something about the dirty work. Yeah. The dirty work. Thank you, Jolie. I like the little lines that say, "Hey, I stink." It was really rough when I did it with paint, and the colors weren't as vivid. So I thought, why don't I just pop that into Canva and use their marker and spruce it up a little bit. I should have made him fatter. But it'll work. Anyway, you guys tired? Should we call it a night? I don't think anybody else is going to show up this late. Jolie, thank you for being my mod. You rock. You really, really rock. And I hope you guys are out there protesting on Saturday. If you are, get some footage for me. Share it with me and I'll put it on the stream. Yeah. Oh, I know what I'll do for you guys before we go. Let's see what we got going on here. This is twisted. That's a cool idea, Witchy. Little music. Name that tune. No. This one is Pink Floyd. Yeah, wish you were here. Ding, ding, ding. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for gold, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? And did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in the cage? wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. What have you found? Same old tears. Wish you were here. Hi, yay. Always good to end with something a little nice, I think. What about you guys? Make sure my guitar sticks in the stand good. What are you talking about? How psionic? Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the music. Hal, you're fighting on the side of the fascists, if you believe what you're saying. Or maybe I'm just misunderstanding what you're writing there. I don't know. We still have rights in this country, and I think our rights are going to outweigh their madness. So I'm going to stay strong. I'm not getting a gun. I don't believe in that. And I'm not leaving my country either. My mom wrote a book that starts before America was America, and my ancestors are in that book. My ancestors fought in the Revolutionary War to free us from a tyrant. And I'm not going to let my ancestors down. No kings. We don't have kings in America. Some of my ancestors actually saw George Washington in Boston giving a speech when they were little kids. Okay, give us a link, Hal. No kings. Yeah, no kings. My ancestors, some of them were fishermen out of Lynn, Massachusetts, and others were in the shoemaking business, and they had little sheds out back they called 10-footers, and they would go back there, and the ones that sailed would go get the supplies they needed from other countries and bring back the leather and things they needed to make the shoes. And the whole family worked on the shoes. They linked to articles in each post. And their lives were really hard. Right? I didn't hear that, Witchy. I think I already did it. I don't know much about registering guns either. So they want a verified membership to uh, the government of people who own guns. Yeah, I'm kind of confused. I'd like to see the article myself. I mean, I'm okay with people having guns. I just think there needs to be some common sense. Like, don't let people have guns that can. Thank you, Jolie. I'm gonna see if I can click on that link. I can't click on it. I can't even highlight it, but I'll put it up there. I'm okay with people having guns to hunt and for protection, but you don't need ARs and open carry and all the crazy. Thank you, Halcyonic, Kaju. I like your name. Mods to the rescue. That's right. I got one of the best mods out there, and she works for free. I'll look for that so I can read the article. I can't, for some reason, I can't click on it or highlight it or anything in the chat. Don't like that. Hal, what streams do you watch? What news do you watch? So when I was singing, was it choppy then too, Witchy? Or was it just when I was playing videos? Just curious. Don't bring none, won't be none. The videos are choppy. Okay. Yeah. The reason I ask is because I go on a stream and sing on Saturday nights sometimes and play my guitar with these other group of people. Camp G May. You should check him out. But all right, kids, I'm gonna wrap it up. Leave you with my regular message of get out there, protest peacefully, be kind to people. If you see somebody in need and you can help them, do so. If you see somebody that just needs a kind word, go ahead and say something nice. A lot of people are stressed out, so just thank you, Witchy, just video. That's good to know. I'm going to work on getting a different pair of speakers and see if that'll help, because sometimes my speakers have been crackling lately and I'm not liking that. But anyway, be kind to everybody and get out there and peacefully protest and spread the love and joy. I might take my guitar if I'm able to go to the protest on Saturday, depending on whether or not I get batteries for the scooter. But it'd be interesting to take it out there and just play songs for people while we're all protesting. I love you guys. I love you, Jolie, Witchy. I hope you have a good rest of the week. I'll probably see you out there in the streams. Yes, play guitar. Exactly. If I can figure out how to strap it to the back of my scooter, that is. I'm going to have to get some bungee cords or something. But yeah. All right, everybody. Peace out. Love ya. Oh, one more. Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard about that guy getting his flight canceled. That was sucky. I'm glad they got out. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Hal, come back. Like and subscribe if you can. I'm going to be up next Sunday night at 9 o'clock Central Time. And this time I hope to make it. Last Sunday was kind of a oopsie. Take care, everybody. Love you.